guys, it's Adria. So today is going to be Ask Adria number 1. So I hope you guys wore an extra pair of underwear because you're gonna need extra protection because this is gonna be so intense. You're about to find out things about me you never knew. I'm just kidding, it probably won't be that intense. It'll probably just be like... So I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram and I got like 100 comments, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to answer all of them, but I'll probably have another Q&A. I can maybe do them monthly or every other month or whichever. So let's just get started. I'm just gonna pick out the ones that stand out to me. I will try to do most of them. User Stay Strong With Me asks, when you made your video on your self-harm story, how had the rest of your family reacted to this after you came out of the hospital? To be honest, like, I wasn't really as open with my entire family as I was in that video. Like, that video was kind of like me explaining everything. I have a hard time communicating things like that in person, but I can say things on camera better than I can to somebody's face, if that makes any sense. So I didn't really talk much with like my siblings about it. Like my mom and my grandmom I did, but like I didn't really talk much with them about it. But I don't even know if all of my family has seen my video. That's the thing. Like, it's kind of just like they knew why I was in the hospital, they knew what was happening, but like we didn't really like talk about it. They just asked if I was doing better. They asked like what it was like there. That was really kind of it. I mean, I didn't really go into much detail, but like they didn't react like horribly. They weren't like disgusted with me or ashamed of me. They were just kind of like sad by it. Like my sisters were crying and like, yeah. I hope that answers your question. Serena.cx asks, have you recovered fully after being in the hospital, going through depression and having bad anxiety? And you should make a challenge and vlogging channel with you and Brandon. Love you and your vids. Have I recovered fully after being in the hospital? I would like to say yes, but I would be lying. And I want to be honest with you guys. I don't think so. I don't know if you ever get completely better after dealing with self-harm. It's kind of like, I would compare it kind of to being like a drug addict. Like, it becomes an addiction and it really does kind of follow you for a long time even after you stop. You know, there's relapses, there's urges to do it again, you know, you think about it almost every day. Like, I know it comes to my mind at least a few times a week, so it never really escapes you. And I still have my depression, I still have anxiety, but I think it has gotten a lot better since I've been out of the hospital. I'm like a completely different person since then, but have I fully recovered from it? No. I would be lying to myself and I would be lying to you guys if I said that I was, but I am definitely 85% better than I was back then. Make a challenge and vlogging channel with you and Brandon. I thought about that, but I kind of just like posting all my videos here for now. That might change in the future when I like have a bigger audience, if some of you guys don't like vlogs and some of you don't like the challenges and some of you are just here to see me. So I may eventually in the future make another channel, but for now, we'll stay right here. Mary Ella Bryant asks, what was the reason you started to self-harm and how to deal with depression at a young age? The reason I started, I think it was back in 11th grade, and I think it was because my mom didn't want me to date this guy that I wanted to date. And I know that sounds like so like, wow, seriously, like you would hurt yourself over that, but it was more in depth than that. It was more like I felt like I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't like communicate anything, and I just felt like so like trapped, and I didn't want to take any feelings out on anybody else. It was so horrible. Like, I broke up with somebody else to be with this guy, and then I had my mom saying like, oh, she doesn't like him, and then I can't date him and I can't see him, and she was just saying like all these horrible things about him. I'm not even gonna say his name because some of y'all probably know who he is, and I'm just like, no. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I started, because I was just like so, I didn't know what else to do. I was just so like on edge, and like I had all these emotions that I didn't know how to take out any other way, and how to deal with depression at a young age. I really didn't have depression until I was like in middle school, so if you're younger than that, I don't really know, but maybe it could apply. Talking to the right people about it, because I know people that are depressed tend to take their feelings out in wrong ways. Self-harm example, yeah. Find people that you can vent to without burdening them, because I know I always felt like I was burdening somebody by talking to them about being depressed or being sad. So find somebody that doesn't you know, take it to heart, doesn't take it personally, and will still love you no matter what. I mean, counseling is a great thing. I know when you're younger, like, you're like, oh, I don't need that, I don't want that. Like, I remember when I was a teenager, I did not want to go to counseling. My mom would force me. I would literally put a hood over my head and sit there with my arms crossed and just look at them like, that is not okay, okay? I wish I had taken up that counseling while I was younger. It probably could have had me on the right path years ago, but yeah, so counseling is great. Keeping your mind occupied is great. If you're just sitting at home on your computer, that can really feed into depression. So, you know, find things that you enjoy doing, even if it's like kind of weird, even if nobody else enjoys it, you know, just do something to keep your mind occupied. Even if it's just doing laundry. I do laundry when I'm like... Okay, next question. Anna Abundance of Catherine's asks, do you have any advice for long distance relationships? Don't be in one. No, I'm just kidding. I think that if you really like the other person, then it's definitely worth it. I know some people are completely turned off to the idea of long distance, but if you are really committed to that person and you really feel like you found something special, like I did in Brandon, we Skyped every night, and that was like our thing that kept us going, you know, just kind of catching up at the end of the day, you know, saying goodnight to each other. It really kind of like felt like we were there with each other. That's a good thing to do. I mean, in today's day and age, we have all this technology that helps us stay in contact with people even when they're not in the same place as us, so definitely Skype. That's like the #1 thing. Okay, Haters Back Off 11 asks, I love your videos, thank you. Are you getting a P.O. box? I've thought about it. I'm still thinking about it, not sure, but maybe eventually. And if the lighting changes, because it's gonna rain, I think. Okay, Stay Strong With Me asks another question. Could you name 3 people that have impacted your life in a negative or positive way? My mom, definitely positive way. I'll say Jesus in a positive way, even though he's not physically here, definitely has kept my eyes in the right place, so I'll say Jesus. And I guess Brandon. Not I guess, but Brandon definitely has impacted my life in a great way. Like, he's given me courage to do things I never thought I could do, like go on an airplane. I used to be terrified of flying and like being away from home for so long. I used to not even sleep over people's houses, and now I live like across the country from my family. So that's something I never would have imagined, and I really think Brandon gave me the courage I need to do that. So Mom, Jesus, Brandon. I mean, there's so many other people, but like... Flawless Creep asks, my best friend struggles with a broken home. How can I cheer her up? As many of you probably know, I grew up in a broken home. I think just letting her know that there's people that love her is a really good thing. Because I remember when I was younger, like, it kind of felt like there was something wrong with me. And, like, I don't know, I felt like I couldn't really say much. I couldn't voice my opinion about anything because I just felt like nobody cared. So just, like, let her know that, like, you care about her, and she'll probably be like, yeah, I know, but telling somebody that you care about them, even if it's just like over a text, like, oh, I'm thinking about you, I love you, and stuff like that. Yeah. Just letting her know that you care about her. Savisco asks, how is your new job? Do you like it? Also, your art is really good. Have you gone to school, past high school, maybe for art? My new job is great. For those of you who don't know, I work at Mellow Mushroom. That is a pizza place. It's like gourmet pizza. Look it up. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If there is one near you, just like go to it and thank me later. Mellow Mushroom is. Have I gone to school for art? No. I wanted to save up money first because I didn't want to have to like take out like a whole bunch of loans for it. So like I wanted to save up money and get a car first so that I could drive myself to school if it wasn't like online. But I definitely want to do something with like production, film, animation, stuff like that. I've always been very into that type of thing. I haven't done anything yet, but planning on it. Juliana Thompson asks, hi Adria, how did you and Brandon keep your relationship interesting and moving forward when you two were long distance? Sometimes I feel like I'm too comfortable in my LDR. Like I said before, Skype was a big help. Also, we sent each other things, like we would write like handwritten letters, or we would just like mail each other like a small package. I felt like that really kind of kept things like new. Long distance has the potential to feel like a rut, like it's just the same thing over and over again. It's like, oh, Skype before bed, next day we text all day, Skype before bed. Also, like I made an Instagram of the two of us that we both had access to, just like posting like cute pictures, like long distance pictures. I felt like that really kind of made things like more special, so just stuff like that. I'm sorry, I really don't know how to pronounce this. Cadmillation. Why do you make YouTube videos? Favorite song? What would be a perfect date for you? Favorite food? Okay, why do I make YouTube videos? Well, I just started YouTube because I like talking and I've always been a camera whore. I love being on camera even when I was little. If my mom would point that old style VHS huge bulky camera at me, I would still just like put on a show no matter what kind of mood I was in. So I just love being on camera, so that's why I started YouTube. Favorite song? So hard. I really like Spaceman by the Killers. Like, that's not my all-time favorite, but that's like one of them. That's like what I can think of right now. What would be a perfect date for you? I want to do a picnic so bad, and like I've told Brandon that. I'm just like, I want to go on a picnic, and he's like, really? But yeah, I have always just wanted to go on like this really cute picnic and like dress up and just be like so cute. Favorite food, probably anything with pasta in it. Like, I love pasta. I used to live on it when I was younger. Without a word of a lie, I would have it every day for lunch all throughout summer break. Every single day, pasta, butter, Parmesan cheese. That was my diet. How I'm still this skinny, I have no idea, honey. Whoa, it's Carolyn asks, I would really appreciate advice from you as I'm going through a difficult time, and I know you have background in anxiety and being depressed. What would be the best way to contact you and how? Probably the best way to contact me would be Instagram direct messages. I tend to check those the most. Like Twitter, I don't really go on it that much. And my email, like, I get tons of spam through email, so I really just go through and delete all my emails. So probably Instagram direct messages would probably be your best bet to reach me at, and like I tried to read all of them. Like even when I'm not on my phone, Brandon will take my phone and like read my Instagram direct messages to me just because like I get so many and like I want to reply to each one, but it's just like. Mary DXX says, what was your favorite subject in school? For the longest time, it was art. But then in my senior year, I really picked up a liking for math, and I struggled with math so much. I'm gonna have to make a video about this because my anxiety really contributed to like how I focus in school, and I just did not understand math. But then when I was a senior in high school, everything just like clicked, like a light bulb went on, and like math just came so easy to me, especially geometry. I got like the best grade in my class in geometry, not to brag, but I was like really good. Okay, Lexi Marie 456 says, how do you split up alone time and time to spend with Brandon? I guess just whenever I'm not working and Brandon is, that's like my alone time, because like he works 5 days a week and my schedule kind of fluctuates. Like some days I have off on like a Thursday or something like that, and like I'll be alone all day. So that's like when I edit, that's when I draw, that's when I like film videos by myself. But other than that, when Brandon is here and I'm here, that's like time we spend together. Although like sometimes he'll go off and like do his own thing, like play Xbox, and then I'll just like edit videos, something like that. So it's really kind of balanced, I would say. I have like equal alone time as I do time with Brandon. XX Haley XX asks, how do you stay so faithful to YouTube? You're my idol, by the way. Aw, so sweet. How do I stay faithful to YouTube? Well, because like I know I have such a following. I was gonna say big following, but is it big? Yeah, I guess it's a big little following. I know there's people that love my videos and they can't wait for them to come out, and I've gotten into such a habit of doing it. It's kind of like going to school every day. Like you just wake up, go to school. So I've been doing videos on this schedule for like a year, so I'm just kind of used to, oh, I have to put up a video today. And plus I just enjoy doing it. I love it. I feel like if I didn't enjoy it, I definitely wouldn't have lasted this long, and I would have been like, oh, I gotta film today. But no, I'm never like bummed when I have to film. I just love it, so that's how I keep up with it. Pandita asks, my BF is about to move to Florida for me. How can I help him adjust to the change? What things did Brandon do or not do to help? Definitely just like ask him if everything is okay. There were times where I felt like really like uncomfortable, and I wish like Brandon would have asked me if I was okay. Like it wasn't his fault, and like it's nobody's fault if they don't ask, but there's just times where it's just like you need to like you need something or you need to say something, but it's just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable because I'm new here. Just like ask him if he's okay, ask him if he needs anything. But yeah, Brandon was really good with helping me adjust. You know, like he introduced me to everybody. He didn't expect me to like introduce myself, like even though I would, but it's just like, you know, introduce him to new people. Don't like make him feel awkward. Yeah, that's really it. You know, be close to him at first until he's like, oh, I got this, girl. Grayson asks, when family and friends asked how y'all met, did you feel weird saying Instagram? Did your family question you meeting him for the first time? Oh my goodness. Telling my family was like the worst thing ever, and when I tell you they put me through hell about it, they literally put me through hell. Especially my younger sisters, they were just like, he's not real, he could kill you, like how do you know like who he is, like all that stuff. They're just like, why don't you just meet a boy here? It was so tiring. That's why I could not wait to meet Brandon, just so I could shut them up. It's just like, he's a real person. He's actually my boyfriend, even though we don't see each other every day. Like, I just feel like they had trouble wrapping their minds around it. And yeah, I feel kind of weird saying Instagram, like when people at work ask how we met, like, cause I work with tons of girls, cause I'm a hostess, so like we kind of talk about boys and stuff, and they're like, oh, how did you guys meet? And I'm just like, we met on Instagram, and like their faces are either, or, I mean, it's kind of awkward, but I feel like it's cute, and with this day and age with technology, it's like, whatever. Liz Bowen asks, I'm in recovery for self-harm and depression. I was wondering what were some things that helped you get through your recovery. I started painting. Not everybody likes the same things, but just kind of channel your inner artist, because everybody is an artist whether they know it or not, whether it's music, cooking, writing, drawing, painting, photography, anything. Everybody has something in them that is artsy. You can deny it all you want, be like, oh, I don't have an artistic bone in my body. Every single person out there does, I can guarantee you. Even if it's just like crocheting a little quilt or something, like everybody has something that they're good at, so just find that and just really focus on it. It really, really helps. Like yesterday, I spent like 4 hours drawing, and like I didn't think about anything for 4 hours while I was drawing. All I was thinking about was those drawings. So it's really a good way to distract yourself. Abby Harple asks, how did you meet Brandon? What got you through the distance? I'm going through an LDR right now, and we're meeting in a month. Also, how did you know Brandon is the one you want to be with? Alright, so I feel like I already answered the first part of that. I'll answer, how did you know Brandon's the one you want to be with? I feel like I'm looking in a mirror in a way when I look at Brandon, like, even though physically we like look like opposites, and we are opposites in a lot of aspects, but he's so much like me, like nobody else is. It's actually kind of scary. Like, we talk about things that nobody else would understand, and we just like laugh, and like it's just so perfect, like our relationship. So Mary likes sun. Will this be in the video? Hello from Slovenia? I love pandas too. Hello. No one kills is a pube. Will you ever have a meetup? Most likely yes. If not in Florida, then definitely in like Philadelphia. I imagine it would be either in Orlando or in Philadelphia. And I don't know how many of y'all live in either one of those places, but leave a comment if you live anywhere near either of those places and would actually come to meet me, because I would definitely plan a meetup if I knew there would be at least 5 people that would come. So Frap Swift asks, do you ever get recognized walking around? I did get recognized at MegaCon and took a picture with a girl, but that was really it. Hi, honey. Brandon just threw a big sack of money at me because I'm his prostitute. I'm answering questions. If we're going to Mellow, I'm not showering. Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
We're going to Mellow. You keep going.
Okay.
My butthole is sweaty. I guess I can't get naked in here then. You guys are gonna miss out on that.
Oh, Ferris asks, what do you like to eat? Brandon, what do I like to eat?
My butthole.
No, what do I like to eat?
Money. There's a 20 right there.
Thanks. Get out of here. Hi, honey. I like to eat mellow mushroom because I work there. I really like to eat like, well, my favorite cereal currently is Crunch Berries because they're just heaven. I really like to eat salad and fruit, and I don't know, I like weird stuff. Like, I feel like I could be like a vegetarian or like a vegan or something, because I like, I don't know, I pretty much anything that's like organic, stuff like that, I'll eat any of that stuff. So I feel like I could easily be like a total vegan. Love, love, love 13. If you had a choice to redo the past month, would you have chosen to stay home instead? I don't think so. I'm really kind of happy with my choice because my grandmom just moved out of her house yesterday actually, and it would have been really hard for me to be there, like seeing her move out of there and like saying goodbye to that house. Like, even though I already know I'm never gonna be there again, like that was my house for like almost 12 years of my life. So that would have been hard. I'm glad I made the choice that I made. I knew I had to because like I love my job. I love Brandon. I love having a sense of independence here. Yeah, so I feel like I made the right choice for me for like the moment, you know, maybe in months down the road I'll want to move back up there, but like who knows? I'm just kind of doing my thing right now. I'm going with the flow. Alaz 1123. What countries would you go to if you had the option? I would definitely go to Italy. That's like my number one. Like if I could go anywhere like right now, it would be to Italia. 'Cause I used to be like fluent in Italian. If I have any Italian viewers, like please teach me Italian, please, because I lost all of it. I took it for a year solid. I did the Rosetta Stone, so it was totally legit, and now I have like no Italian except for bicicletta, because that's my favorite word because it just sounds so cute. Alexandria R. Hart. Can you do a makeup tutorial? By the way, you're gorgeous. Thank you. Yes, I can do a makeup tutorial. Everybody wants a makeup tutorial on like my everyday kind of look, so I guess I could do like a get ready with me thing. So yeah, J blank 10890. What's your dream proposal? I love this question. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, yes, I'm answering that. My dream proposal. Brandon's like, I'm gonna watch you answer this so I know what to do. I guess my dream proposal would be like when I'm like least expecting it. Like if Brandon took me out to like this formal restaurant, we were dressed all extravagantly and like it was completely like out of the blue, I would be kind of suspicious. I'd be like, okay, like is he... I wanted to just be in like somewhere really cute, like not too like fancy, like just like a cute little kind of date. Like I said earlier, like a picnic, although I feel like if he took me on a picnic now I'd be very suspicious. But yeah, like a picnic or like at like a park or something, or like even like at the beach, like I don't know, just somewhere cute, but just as long as like I look presentable, because I want it to be filmed. As long as like I'm not like having makeup running down my face and all that stuff. But yeah, just somewhere cute. I wouldn't want it like in a big fancy restaurant, like dressed up all fancy and stuff. Or like at home, just like chilling in our sweats. Like that would just be kind of weird. I want it to just be kind of cute. So yeah. My gosh, so many questions. So many questions. Okay, you know what? I am gonna make a part 2 to this, answering the rest of these questions, because there's just too many and I want to answer all these. So I don't want it to be too long. I'm gonna do one more. Maddie Sindrizzi. Having anxiety, was it hard to move away from your parents? I have anxiety and I know firsthand it's so difficult for me to be away from home because that's my comfort zone. Hashtag Ask Adria. Yes, it was very hard. But the thing is, like, when you're motivated, like, in the right way, it's just like, I was so motivated by my love for Brandon. I was like, alright Adria, like, you can't live at home forever, so you're gonna have to do it eventually. And part of me wasn't really that scared, and part of me didn't think it was that hard, even though it was, but part of me was like, oh, like this is a lot easier than I thought. And even now I'm like, what was I ever so scared of being away from home? So I used to not even sleep over people's houses. I used to cry every day at school. Like I didn't redo preschool because of my separation anxiety, and now like I live across the country and work and, you know, don't live with my mom anymore. So, you know, stepping stones, just like gradually challenge yourself to do new things, and separation anxiety kind of takes care of itself when you just challenge yourself. That's the best advice I can give. This has been Ask Adria number 1. I'm gonna do a part 2 probably within the next few days, answering the rest of these questions. Oh, and if you have any future questions for future Ask Adrias, leave them in the comments below, and I will make more in the future. I love you guys. Panda hugs. Bye!